Barron Trump had had enough of the media frenzy that followed him everywhere. One evening, looking to escape the spotlight, he wandered into a modest diner. Choosing a quiet corner table, he ordered a simple meal and hoped for some peace. That's when Jack, a young waiter, came to take his order. Jack's worn-out uniform and the small cuts on his hands hinted at a tough life. Yet there was something striking about him. His quick wit and the way he joked while jotting down Barron's order caught Barron's attention. As Jack placed a glass of water on the table, his eyes landed on Barron's phone screen. A headline about space exploration was displayed. Jack, surprising Barron, casually remarked, "Biggest challenge for a planetary colony? Gotta be balancing the gravity, right?" Barron looked up, intrigued. "You're into space?" he asked, raising an eyebrow. Jack hesitated, but then nodded. "Yeah, used to be. Thought I'd be working on rockets by now. But you know, life happens," Barron, sensing there was more to the story, asked, "What happened?" Jack hesitated again, but saw genuine curiosity in Barron's eyes. He sighed. "Grew up in a small town. Lost my dad when I was a kid. My mom, she just fell apart after that. I had to step up, take care of my little siblings, keep us afloat. College, that was a luxury I couldn't afford." He paused, fidgeting with the edge of his notepad. "But man, I had big dreams. I taught myself coding, even built a robot in high school, won a state competition for it too. But dreams don't pay the bills, do they?" Barron leaned back, taking in Jack's story. For a moment, neither spoke. Then Barron said, "What if I could help? My dad knows Elon Musk. I could get you a meeting at SpaceX." Jack froze, disbelief and hope battling in his expression. "What? No way. That's not real. Guys like me don't get chances like that." "I'm serious," Barron said firmly. "You deserve a shot." But Jack shook his head. "Look, I appreciate it, man. I do. But even if you got me an interview, they wouldn't take me seriously. People like me, we don't belong in places like that." With that, Jack walked away, leaving Barron deep in thought. A few days later, Barron brought Jack up in a conversation with Elon Musk at a tech event. He described the young man's talent and determination, and Elon, intrigued, agreed to meet him. "2 days from now," Elon said, "have him come by my office." Barron wasted no time. He sent his security team to the diner where Jack worked, delivering the message. Jack, who was scrubbing dishes in the back, stared at the men in disbelief when they told him about the meeting. "This is real?" he asked, his voice shaky. "Very real," one of them replied. Jack barely slept that night. When the day came, he stepped into SpaceX's sleek office, his heart pounding. Elon greeted him with a firm handshake and a curious smile. "So," Elon began, leaning back in his chair, "Barron says you've got potential. Tell me about yourself." Jack, nervous but determined, shared his story. His love for technology, the robot competition he'd won, and the sacrifices he'd made for his family. Elon listened closely, occasionally nodding. By the end of the conversation, Elon smiled. "All right, let's start you off small and see what you've got. Show me you can deliver, and the sky's the limit." Jack quickly found his footing at SpaceX. He worked hard, stayed late, and learned from everyone around him. His co-workers were skeptical at first, but Jack's creativity and out-of-the-box problem-solving started to earn their respect. Then came the crisis. A major project hit a snag, and the whole team was stumped. If they couldn't fix it, the mission would fail, costing billions of dollars. Morale was at an all-time low. In a tense meeting, Elon asked, "Anyone got a solution?" The room fell silent. Jack, sitting in the back, hesitated before raising his hand. "I might have an idea." All eyes turned to him. Elon gestured for him to continue. Jack explained how a technique he'd used in his high school robotics competition might work here, with some adjustments. His voice wavered at first, but grew stronger as he laid out the details. The team decided to give it a shot. Days later, the project was back on track. Jack's idea had saved it. At the next company-wide meeting, Elon called Jack to the stage. "This guy," Elon said, clapping him on the shoulder, "just reminded all of us what it means to think differently. He's the reason this project is a success." Jack's co-workers erupted in applause. For the first time, Jack truly felt like he belonged. Barron, sitting in the front row, gave him a thumbs up. After the event, the two met outside. "Thanks for believing in me," Jack said quietly. Barron smiled. "You did all the hard work. I just gave you a nudge." The two shook hands, knowing this was the start of a lifelong friendship.